What's up, everybody? Greetings, people of Earth. I think I'm going to get Spoon Dog off my lap here because he's burning me up. All right. Well, let's try talking a little bit more about the countdown to a kidnapping. I was just in a TA restaurant, and this theme that is plastering the place of patriotism that used to make me swell with pride until I realized I was mentally masturbating was everywhere, and now I'm psychologically vomiting while trying to finish my food because I realize like these people don't understand that it is just mental masturbation. You don't know what liberty is. You don't know what liberty is. You don't know what it is. Because a long time ago, somebody branded it. Just like McDonald's, Walmart, Pepsi, whatever. United States, the American flag is a brand. That's all it is. And somebody a long time ago told you that Pepsi is the only drink there is, or the McDonald's is the only restaurant there is. And they shamed you every time you asked about McDonald's or Coke, or whatever the competition was. You know, I would love to find a non-violent way out of this. And there is a non-violent way out of this. It's to comply. It's to take it up the ass. That's the non-violent way out. That's the world that they created. You're not getting out of this without either taking it up the ass or being violent. And when I say violent, that doesn't mean I'm saying you initiate aggression. I'm not saying you go burn down the courthouse. Because the reason we can't do that morally is because these dumb motherfuckers want to pretend that these people rule them. And they're happy to let them pretend that for their entire life. They don't actually rule you, but they told you did, and they shamed you for questioning it until you stopped questioning it, and then they said the transformation is complete. That when you had that moment where you're like, oh my God, America's really fucking awesome. We kick ass, and I'm special because I live here. When you had that moment, that's the moment they won. Now they can stop winning when you change your mind. If you don't change your mind, you're a punk-ass bitch who gets fucked in the ass for fun every moment of your life for the rest of your life. And sometimes that's going to happen when you fight back. And it's not going to happen when you don't fight back. Are you willing to fight and lose based on principle? Just on principle. Are you willing to die for your principles? No, that's not plan A. We don't want to die for our principles. We want to just live our lives in freedom and liberty and not harm other people. But we can't, because there's other people who want to harm you if you don't give up your liberty to them. Your money is your liberty. And I'm not just talking about taxes. I paid $5 fucking for breath mints. You know how much material's in that? 50 cents tops, and that's being generous. They could sell it for $1. But you know why they can't? Because there's so many goddamn regulations from the makers of the plastic to the makers of the wrapper to the makers of one part of the mint to the makers of another part of the mint. And it adds up. And shit gets expensive. And yeah, sometimes people are just straight fucking greedy. But, oh well. They can be. They're not pointing guns at you, demanding you give them your money. Nobody forced me to pay $5 for this. I could have just walked out the fucking door. Or I could have bought something from their competitor. You don't get that benefit being a quote, free American. Oh my God. They have literally flipped your brain to believe that up is down and down is up. And it's in simple things. When I was a kid, the word bad got changed like overnight to mean good. Before that, when you said, oh, that's bad, you meant bad. That's awful. It sucks. I don't like it. It stinks. Whatever. But then somehow when I was a kid, oh, that's bad, man. Oh, yeah, that kicks ass. I love it. I want more of that. They literally flipped the word bad and made it mean good. Now, this is cultural shit, you know. You know, does culture create politics or does politics create culture? I don't know. I don't really care. All I know is that there's one particular aspect of this culture that will physically harm me if I don't give them a portion of my life. When you give them money that you took time and energy and effort to learn, and they take that money from you, your energy and effort went to them. It's slavery after the fact. You already paid it. You already gave it. Now you have this representation called greenbacks. And then they're going to take that from you. You think it's a coincidence that the employee his money is taken out of his check before he ever sees it? Think that's a coincidence? That's by design, people. If you don't change anything about how much a person owes on taxes, make them owe the same amount or make them get the same refund or whatever. But make them write a check. Then they feel it. They don't want you to feel it. You've been anesthetized. They're fucking you in the ass right now, but they shot your asshole full of Novocaine, and they're having a good old goddamn time, and you're fucking oblivious. I'm trying to get the Novocaine to wear off. That's what I'm doing. Okay? I'm splashing water on your face. I'm smacking you around. Hey, wake up, smelling sauce. You ever had those dreams that you're sleeping so deep that you wake up and you're like, I can't wake up, and you just drift back off to sleep? That's the way it is. Or it's the opposite. Sometimes you're awake and you're drifting off to sleep, and then you just pop back open and drift back off to sleep. It's the in-between state that's going to fuck you up. You need to decide what awake is. Is it a dream? Is it that dream state? Or is it the other state? And fucking stick with it. Those times when you're questioning their right to do harm to you, keep questioning that. Pour gasoline on that fire. And eventually, you're going to wake the fuck up to this dimension, to what this dimension is. And you're going to understand it top to bottom. And then your frustrations are going to come from the fact that you can't wake other people up. They just want to stay asleep. So I spent years there, and now I'm at the point where I don't care if you wake up or not. You know, I don't want to take your government away from you. I want to take your government away from me. And I really don't want to hurt people in that process. What I want is to create... Spooner's back here squeaking in his squeak toy. What I want is to create a world where it won't matter? Hey, Spoon Dog, I'm kind of concentrating on stuffing right now, buddy. Yes, you're adorable, but you need to get down and go play with your toy back there, okay? All right, guys. Well, I got 10 minutes in. I think I've made my point. You people know what we got to do. You know what has to happen. And most of you watching this have another way to contact me besides YouTube. I don't know how many people I've offered to stand behind them and shoot tyrants for them, with them. And they won't do it. How many people? One of my friends wound up dead because he stockpiled guns out the ass, and then when the moment came, he didn't want to use them. It was all mental masturbation. He was just jerking off to the thought of, I'm going to protect my freedom with all these guns. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because you're one guy with 2 trigger fingers, and you're not even willing to use those. I'm not glad you're dead, but I know why it happened. All right. If you're not confused about what needs to be done, hit me up. Remember, the light at the end of the tunnel, maybe you.